supporters of the UK Independence Party are racist and their politicians are clowns, according to the senior Conservative Minister Ken Clarke.
Well, his comments come as UKIP prepares to field a record number of candidates in this Thursday's local elections in England and Wales. The anti-Europe party has expanded rapidly and recruited a record 1,732 candidates to stand in the local elections. UKIP's had previous success in European elections with 12 of the 73 UK seats in the European Parliament, but the party hasn't won a single seat in the House of Commons.
The party's popularity has increased in recent years, and in February it came second, if you remember, in the Eastleigh by-election, pushing the Tories into third place. It's now targeting key council seats in regions like Lancashire, Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire, where the Conservatives took power from Labour in 2009. Well, we'll be speaking to UKIP leader Nigel Farage in just a moment, but first our political editor Sue Jameson's in Westminster. A real war of words broke out this weekend, Sue.
Yes, starting with Ken Clarke saying that UKIP supporters and candidates were a collection of clowns. A stung Nigel Farage hit back and said Ken Clarke was part of an ossified elite. And it's clear he's absolutely never forgiven David Cameron for that radio interview back in 2006 when he described UKIP as fruitcakes and closet loonies. But these are name callings, perhaps ahead of the local elections on Thursday, where UKIP is fielding candidates in around 3/4 of all those areas. Perhaps more controversial was the suggestion over the weekend that three candidates' names appeared on a leaked BNP memo. Is the vetting process therefore secure enough? Nigel Farage has admitted that some could slip through the net. But I think what we're looking at here is the other parties perhaps now getting a little more rattled by UKIP. And on Thursday, it's going to be really interesting to see who picks up the votes that say the Tories and Lib Dems lose.
Thank you, Sue.
Sue, thank you very much indeed. Well, Nigel Farage joins us now. Been an interesting weekend for you. Ken Clarke says that your party's full of racist clowns and that you've attracted fruitcakes. So why should we be taking you seriously?
They've lost the argument. That's the point. They've lost the argument, and so Ken Clarke and others have decided, rather than going for the ball, they're going to attack the player. And that's exactly what this is about. They know that the British public are genuinely concerned about opening up the door to Bulgaria and Romania next year. They're concerned because we have 1 million youngsters unemployed, we have wages being driven down, and I'm afraid a crime wave in London being caused by Romanians already. Now, you know, these are tough subjects to talk about, but all we're doing is talking the truth. There is nothing in UKIP that is racist in any way at all, and Ken Clarke knows it, but he thinks if he throws this abuse out, we'll stop having a proper debate.
You say that, but you're facing massive questions over the vetting of some of your candidates. Some have made far-right comments. They should be kicked out of the party, shouldn't they?
We are the only party in British politics who does not allow former members of the BNP to even join us as a member, let alone be a candidate. Labour has sitting councillors who are former BNP members. The Tories have BNP members in their party. We forbid it. And what happened was 2 people lied on their declaration forms and became candidates, and when we discovered it, we got rid of them immediately.
What about the candidates who have made homophobic remarks, xenophobic remarks, other unpalatable remarks? You mentioned Bulgaria and Romania. You've got a candidate saying, don't go to London after January because you'll have to wear a mask because the Bulgarians and Romanians will
This is a problem of social media. You know, people get on Facebook, they get on Twitter, and very often at night, possibly after they've been to the pub or whatever, people say very silly, injudicious things. And what has happened here is a lot of money has been spent by Tory Central Office going through thousands of comments made by our people on social media.
But shouldn't you be scrutinising those comments?
I haven't got the resources to vet on social media 1,700 candidates. What I can do is ask people to sign declaration forms and to be honest with us.
So what about those people who've made those remarks?
Well, look, some of them clearly are totally unsuited to being in our party. Others, there'll be a little bit of bravado, and I'm sure if we looked at the candidates from the other parties, we'd find exactly the same phenomenon. There is a problem here with how we talk to each other on social media.
And you will have to do something about that for sure. Can we talk?
Yeah, although just a sense of perspective, we've got 1,700 candidates, and just over a handful have been criticised. It is a very, very small percentage.
Can we talk policies, though? Because your own MEP says that trying to reach agreement in your party is like herding cats.
It is in any party. Policy debate is in any political party the most contentious thing, and to arrive at a policy that your national conference agrees with is a process that takes time. So one of our MEPs, who has a strong point of view, wants his idea to be policy tomorrow. It takes time.
It's very interesting. In The Sun this morning, I mean, some of it you'll quite like, they've said that you cheer them up. Your common sense cheers them up. But, they say, your policy sheet is threadbare, and a worrying number of UKIP candidates are extremist oddballs. You say you can't check them out, but you can't complain then when others do, which is what
Let me
you've
reiterate
done.
the point. A handful out of 1,700 have caused us embarrassment. That is very, very few. We had a Tory last week kicked out for making racist comments, a Lib Dem 2 weeks ago in prison for planting bombs, and Labour, who have sitting BNP councillors. This problem affects all political parties.
Boris Johnson calls you a rather engaging geezer
in
in today's
nice,
Telegraph, but says you're a Conservative and the Tories should be comforted by your rise in
Well,
support.
Boris, I'm sorry, I don't want to be part of the European Union. I believe proper immigration controls are in the interests of this country, and I want to stop building wind turbines over the prettiest parts of Britain. Until the Conservatives reverse all of those policies, I wouldn't even want to have a conversation about it.
OK, Jampain very quickly in Facebook says, can't see UKIP doing anything for people in local elections, as most of their literature on their leaflet is about Europe, and that's for general election, not local.
Well, that's not true. I mean, for example, we've got HS2 cutting a vast swathe through the country. We're the one party saying, elect UKIP councillors and we'll fight this thing. Over the country, we've got people already elected into local government, and many of them doing a very good job standing up for local people.
Oh, so much more to talk to you about. Sadly, no time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sounds like you're going to have a busy day.
Oh, yes.
Very much indeed.